I'm Julie.
And I'm Martin, and we live full-time on our 58-foot narrowboat home, Rhapsody in Blue.
We're taking you along as we continuously cruise the canals and rivers of the UK with some beautiful scenery, occasional wildlife, landmarks, aqueducts and tunnels. Come with us. We left you last week as we'd just moored up at the bottom of Foxton, and this map here shows you just where Foxton is in the UK. Hiya. Yesterday we had a lovely visit, didn't we, from a couple of our subscribers, Lee and Peach, or Petra, and they left us a gift. And we said we wanted to film it and do it properly, so I'll put their pictures up on the screen. But thank you so much. They actually sort of sent us a message. They knew where they'd seen that we were at Foxton, and they came and saw us. So yeah. Oh, what's that? Oh, how cute is that? A little key ring. Look. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Beautiful. She's got her own business as well. So it's Peachy May Makes. So I'm going to put a little link up. I'll put it in the description. Oh, look at this. Oh, wow.
That is fantastic.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Turn it round.
Look at that.
Wow.
Look.
The work, that is beautiful.
Oh, wow. That fits in here perfectly. Thank you so much, Peach and Lee. Thank you.
Yeah,
that
really
is
do
gorgeous.
Appreciate it. That is lovely.
In this video, we start at the bottom of the locks, we work our way to the top. We don't film all of it because you've seen it before. While we're at the top, we have a little walk, and then we start our journey all the way through to Bridge 33. But while we're on the journey, we take this opportunity to start answering your questions. So we only get about halfway in this episode. Good morning. We've been watching the weather forecast, haven't we, mate? And we thought, right, today is the day we move. Not only has the wind, I know, I was just going to say, not only has the wind picked up, but it's just starting to rain as well. But hey ho, yeah. Honestly, you couldn't write it. I don't know what it is with us. We have been checking the weather, and today we thought, right, okay, 0% rain, but it's in the air. There's definitely rain in the air. Anyway, we're going to go, and if we can go up the locks today, we will. If there's room at the top, we might stop for one night. If not, we'll just keep going and find a nice mooring somewhere. So, yeah. Gosh, that wind's really beat up. Oh, this should be interesting. Let's see how we get on.
I can't believe it, wind and rain.
Again.
Well, it might just hold off with rain.
Shall we see how it goes then? You've not been feeling very well though, have you?
Again.
I know.
Just a bit under the weather. Don't know why. Must be this wintry. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's just let's see how far we get today. Yeah?
Perhaps this wind will blow your cobwebs out, mate.
I've got nothing here between me ear holes to stop it, alright.
Well, the sun's trying to come out, and the rain seems to have stayed away, so fingers crossed. So once again, we're in Foxton Locks. Not so windy in the lock.
No, you're up there, that's all right.
Oh, ha ha. So once again, Martin is getting off and he's going to come and help me open the gate, even though he's not feeling right, bless him. But I've been left on my own. The Lockies are helping another boat from further down. Yeehaw! You're going into number 10. Yeah, so I've done these last 5 on my own. This is lock number 10. I thought we're already in it, but it's not. Well, look where we've ended up. We've just moored up. We're the only boat here. Exactly the same position, mooring, that we were before at the top of the locks. So it's perfect.
Right, for people who want to know what we do when we're moored up, this is Julie prepping, or I should say editing, the next vlog. So while Julie's doing that, normally I'm trying to find myself something else to do. Today I've just been a pain, as she says I am all the time. Anyway, hello Julie, give us a wave. Julie, give us a wave.
The sun's shining, so we thought we'd just have a little walk out.
Yeah. Splendid.
But this is what's known as a turnover bridge, because the towpath is the opposite side, and you go up and round where we've just walked, round here, down and through, and it brings the towpath to this side. So yeah, it tells you all about it there. Come and join you.
That looks too bad, does she? Needs a bit of a wash and a clean and a polish.
Yeah, she does look like she needs a bit of a wash actually.
Like once it's nice and you get a little bit of sun, it's nice to just get out and have a walk.
Yes. And we thought we'd choose it between the rain showers. We seem to be getting April showers a little bit early, don't we?
There's nothing guaranteed we ain't going to get soaked yet, but it's nice.
Hence why we've both got hats on. So we'll just stand here until it wears off. Oh, rain, rain, go away.
Ain't gonna hurt you though, is it really?
Oh, come on, rain, go away.
Doesn't matter, this is all part of what we call
Oh, I know. I just don't want
narrowboating, walking about.
I don't want to
It's
get
not
the
just
gimbal
about being
wet.
on a boat, it's about walking around and finding things.
I know. I just don't want to get the gimbal and the camera wet.
Put it
I might
away,
have to
dear.
put, all right, I might have to put it away. Sorry, folks.
Oh, what's the Canal?
How beautiful. How beautiful is this? Wowzer. That's it. Boots off. Let's get inside and get that kettle on. Well, good morning. It is Saturday the 16th of March, and look at this weather. Look, no coats. Look. Honestly, it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Beautiful. How long it's going to last, we don't know, but, you know, we'll see. And we're actually leaving Foxton, aren't we, mate?
Yes, I feel like I've had my feet stuck to the ground there, really.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been there quite a while. And we went down to Market Harbour, we went down to Debdale a few times, as you saw. And now we are going back towards Bridge 50, towards Crick. And we thought we'd take this opportunity to answer your questions. So in a little while we'll start, because you've seen this journey, haven't they?
Sorry?
We've done this journey
Yes.
so many times, haven't we? So we thought we'd answer the questions. If there's something interesting, we'll turn the camera around. But
Go on then.
are we starting?
Well,
Are we starting?
We will answer them as truthfully and as honestly as possible. We're still learning, aren't we? So,
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we ask many other boaters questions, and then we get asked probably the same question, and then
Yeah.
it
But
goes in one sort of relay, doesn't it?
Yeah, we've been overwhelmed by the amount of questions we've got, so we'll try not to bore you. We'll give you nice, short, brief answers. We won't give you. We'll try anyway. Wait till these fishermen. Look, he's fishing.
Yeah.
I think he's fly fishing.
Just caught a £15 blue bottle.
So, question number 1. Roger R and John have asked. They're interested in our backstory, where we're both from, and what we did before the narrowboat. And John says that being from the States, it's difficult to guess regional accents. I have no clue for Julie, but a wild guess of Martin's being South African or Australian.
Well,
John.
you couldn't have been further from where I come from, really. I was born in East London, England. So I grew up around East London, West Ham football ground. That's my area of originality,
Yeah.
or as known as a true Cockney.
Yep. And I was born in Rainham in Essex, so I'm from the county of Essex. So yes, I'm an Essex girl. And so the next part of the question is what we did before we had the narrowboat. Martin?
I worked, well, I was a HGV driver for many a year. I worked for London Brick, Hanson, or as known now it's Forterra, and then for the last 10 years I worked in the quarries on a big shovel for plant.
Yep, and for me, when our 2 boys were young, I used to do childminding, so I could still be at home with the boys but also earn a little bit of money too. And I love kids, so that worked out really well. And then as they became teenagers, I then started a career as an account manager for a company that did marketing, graphic design, printing. They did the whole thing from start to finish. So yeah, I used to manage everybody's print jobs and etc. So yeah, that actually brings us on to the next question from Julie Blackstock, which was what brought you to the idea of living on a boat, and what did your friends and family think to your decision?
We've always been drawn to water. We had caravans, didn't we? And we used to have our caravan down by it used to be the middle levels, didn't we?
Yeah, it used to be
Near
called
Marks.
Floods Ferry, but
Yeah.
it's now called Knightsbridge.
So we've always been drawn, and then we started going to Norfolk Broads a lot, didn't we? Used to love going on the Norfolk Broads,
Yeah.
GRPs and that. Eventually we did buy a house, or we bought a bungalow, didn't we? And then everyone kept saying it was our forever home, because we used to have, the middle level used to run across the back, and we used to have our own mooring.
Yeah.
Therefore we ended up buying our own GRP, which was a Seamaster 27.
Yeah.
Kayla. And if you want to say any more, I mean, it's
We used
surreal
to lock
at
the
first.
back door and walk down the garden with our clothes, get in our boat.
Yeah, and to be fair, we never really wanted to come home. We just loved it, didn't we? And we
No.
always said eventually we would do the narrowboat thing. We knew a lot of people beforehand that had narrowboats, and it was always, I think it was just a case of not if, it was just when.
Basically, we thought that, like Martin said, that the bungalow was going to be our forever home, because we had
I think the family did
had
though,
a
didn't
lovely
they?
garden, beautiful garden. We had so many birds in the garden. It was just lovely, and we had the river at the end, which didn't flood because it was managed on the middle levels. And we used to have our little boat. We used to go on holiday, but then every time we went out and it got worse and worse, we just didn't want to come home,
No.
did we? We just knew we wanted to be on the water. So
And it was a case, like, we did say we would do it, and I think COVID really prompted, didn't it? It was a
it
case
brought
of
it forward. We were going to do it when we retired, weren't we?
well, yeah, because no one really knew about COVID, and
No.
once that hit, you sort of do really take it on board that no one knows what's around the corner. So pretty much we, while we were furloughed, well, you were still working from home, I was furloughed, we decided to get our finances together. We just checked. We're not Rothschilds by any means. I mean, we are
slowly running out, actually.
Yeah, I mean, but
or quickly running
let's just live your life, you know. You can't take it with you. You know, like I said, we didn't know what was around the corner. I mean,
thing is, we actually thought,
and we lost a few friends, didn't we? So
yeah,
and it was like, it really did hit home. So we decided, do you know what, enough's enough.
But we also thought, if we carry on waiting like we'd planned, we might not be able to get on and off a boat or work the locks or etc. etc.
Yeah, we're no spring
I mean,
chickens,
I've had operations on my back, I've had operations on my shoulder, so yeah, I don't know how long I'll be able to do this. So we just took the plunge, didn't we? So
we certainly did.
Anyway, should we go on? Should we move on to the next question?
Hope that answers that anyway.
Yeah, this one I'm going to answer. It's from Mishka WP. I'd like to know what made you take up vlogging, whether you've done it before and what jobs you both did before having the boat, and if there's an obvious link between your previous careers and vlogging. Well, no, there's no obvious link whatsoever. However, when we first moved onto the boat, our family and friends were really supportive, but they didn't quite get it, did they? They really nobody really understood
did
it.
They, at work, really?
No, and I don't think
did.
people actually thought we were going to do it. So everyone said, like, you know, when we put the house on the market and we were actually doing it, people were saying, well, you're going to have to show us these boats. You're going to have to show us, you know, send some photos, send some videos. And we started doing that when we moved onto the boat, but everyone knows trying to send videos through the likes of WhatsApp or messaging or etc., it's almost impossible. It takes forever and you can only send little snippets. So it was easier to upload a longer video onto YouTube and send them a link. So that's how it started, and then people just started watching us, didn't they? And it's just been amazing since then. So we call ourselves accidental vloggers, but that's how it happened.
It was just the interest, wasn't it? Everyone, and it weren't just from England, it was from, well, across the pond, everyone, isn't it?
Everywhere around the world, all sorts. Australia, Thailand,
Julie enjoys doing it, and if people enjoy watching, then we will carry on.
Thing is, I've always enjoyed photography. I don't understand all the big cameras, the SLRs with the big lenses. I just don't get all that. So I've only got a point and shoot with quite a good zoom on it. But I've always loved photography and videos, and I'm teaching myself how to do the editing, and it's fantastic. When I find something new, I get all excited, and Matt just sits there and goes, oh right. You don't get as excited as me, but like, you know, the latest thing is managing to do not just an animated map, but putting our boat as the pointer. It just blew me away, and it's like, oh my goodness, I can make it personal, you know, and I just love doing it. So yeah,
I just look at the engine and get, oh
yeah, you do all the mechanical bits. But right, so next question 4 is from, now excuse my pronunciation, I'm trying my best, Francisco Ratz and you Fafman. I don't know if I've got that right. I've put the names on the screen.
So we do apologise.
I really hope I have.
We haven't.
The question is, try to explain to a tropical born guy who's 61, this is Francisco, how is life on a narrowboat? And you asks, what tips do you have for someone who wants to live on a narrowboat? Now I've put that down as me answering this one as well. So we've sort of put it that yours is the next question. So to explain this, Martin's 61, so sorry. Sorry.
A very young 61.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not, you know, it's absolutely fine.
I'm a toy boy.
The only thing we would suggest is if somebody is thinking of moving on to a narrowboat, definitely do a couple of holidays first, whether it be summer and winter. Don't just blag it and get on a boat and think, because I mean we'd been on boats for summers, we'd been on our Kayla, our GRP in the winter. Trust me, that's cold. Do you remember? Yes. That was freezing. But it's not for everyone. it is a lovely life, but it can be hard work at times. So definitely try it first. But yes,
just remember,
it's wonderful.
you are going from everything, like your water that you take for granted, your toilet, to having nothing where you have to go and get it. So you do have to adapt.
Yeah. So the tips would be definitely try it first, 100%.
Personally,
and always make sure that you know where your power's coming from, your water's coming from, and where you connect to your toilet next. They are like 3 real important things. Next question's for you, Martin. It's from Trevor's Barking Mad channel. Trevor. And it's number 5. Would you recommend the constant cruiser lifestyle to a solo boater aged 61 with 2 dogs and not terribly healthy?
Now that's quite a hard one. It depends, obviously, on your ailments, or how, when you say not terribly healthy, you do have to be quite physically fit, because you are going to have to do locks. Some of them can be very difficult, very hard. I mean, this is only coming from we've spoken to single-handers. It is possible. We do know a lady that we met last year, didn't we, on the Llangollen? I mean, she was 86.
Oh,
so
yes. Yes.
It is possible. It's possible, and having dogs, yeah, it's good. It's good company. Solo boating is perfectly good to do. It's a good life. But I would say, yeah, physically you need to be, because you're going to climb some ladders, deep locks. So,
but then saying that,
sorry.
But then saying that, I mean, you're 61. Nobody's 100% healthy, are they? No one's 100% fit. Not that we know, anyway. But there's always help. If you're a single boater, or I mean, we've had times where I've had a problem and I can't do the locks, and Martin can't be in 2 places at once, sort of thing.
I can do it.
You just ask somebody. There'll be somebody there, especially single-handers. If you find like a flight of locks, like Atherstone,
or like Foxton we've just been at.
Yeah, you tell the lockies that, you know, you've got a problem, or you're struggling a little bit, and they will just lock you through the locks. So, and often even passers-by,
yeah,
they'll help.
But yeah, the one thing I would just say, consideration, the main thing is, yes, you do need to be a little bit physically fit, because there will be times where you're going to need, it might be a windy day, you might get caught where, you know, you've got to pull the boat in. So yeah, just a little bit, I would say. Generally not too bad, but a little bit more. Well, I'd say a bit physically.
Hope that answers your question,
hopefully,
Trevor. Not knowing your ailments, as it were, or your health. You've said not terribly healthy. You might be fitter than us for all we know. Yeah. But anyway, number 6 is you, Puffman, again. I'm really sorry if I'm not saying that correctly, you. What are the main differences between living on a narrowboat and living in a conventional house? Can I answer that one?
Yeah.
I think we sort of glossed over it earlier. Not having water literally on tap. You know, you have to make sure you fill your water tank, and keep an eye on it. Not being plumbed in.
Apologies.
Turn that off. Yeah, not being plumbed into the sewers. You know, you've got to empty your own toilets. There's lots of different toilet. We personally, we have a pump out system, which means we don't have to worry about it for 3 to 4 weeks, but we're always aware of where our next pump out
where
is.
The services are. We're always looking on the map and keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, and you always also have to keep a check on your power consumption as well, because obviously we're living off 12-volt batteries. Some people have lithium, but we have the conventional 12-volt batteries. So you just keep a check and make sure that your batteries are topped up, whether that be using electric,
or solar in our case as well.
Or solar, yeah. Solar, or even the engine.
Yep.
So yeah, but and also obviously you've got a smaller space, so you don't need as much stuff. And trust me, it's amazing how much stuff you really don't need. And we're still throwing stuff out now, aren't we?
Yeah, if I haven't used it in the last, I mean, tools. I've given so many tools away now. If I don't need it, then it's pointless me keeping it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just unnecessary baggage, as they call it.
Yeah. Well, number 7, Jane Me has asked, what did you do with all your accumulated stuff when you moved from house to narrowboat? Martin.
Thank you. Well, basically a lot of it, when we were selling the house, obviously we spoke to our family, didn't we? The boys.
Yep.
Obviously gave them first dibs if they wanted anything. Basically, but the buyer that bought our house basically turned around and said, anything you want to leave, let's come to an agreement, which we did. So a lot of it they bought off us, didn't they? i.e. Dining room tables and beds and things like fridges. And then the rest of it was
them in situ, wasn't it?
I mean, you pretty try and work out what you may need on a boat, i.e. cutlery, crockery, stuff like that. But then, if you were as lucky as we were, we bought a boat which had everything on it. They left everything. So we was in a bit of a pickle at first, but we was in the marina for the first 6 months. Surprising how much we gave away to other boaters.
Well, we whittled all our stuff down to one van.
A very cramped
what van was it?
Vauxhall Vivaro.
Yeah, so we put all our stuff in there, in boxes, and then when we moved onto the boat, everything was on here. So we had basically one box at a time, have a look, and then it was just...
Charity shops, asking around if it was there. I think...
Marketplace, Facebook.
Yeah, we just gave so much away. I mean, I used to have bikes, I used to have fishing gear, and it don't fit on a boat, does it? So it's with a heavy heart, a lot of it you do tend to say at first, but you get used to it, don't you? Once it's gone, it's like, you don't miss it. Well, I don't.
And we've actually still got stuff in the cupboards that we haven't used. So we are going to be having another clear out soon. So yeah, it's surprising how much stuff you really don't need. So yeah, I think we've answered that one.
I think so.
So number 8, Ronald has asked, with the CRT increase, do you still think it is a sustainable way to live? I ask because I am seriously thinking about living on a narrowboat, as it is getting almost too expensive to live on land. Well, yeah, this is an awkward one to answer because we haven't had the new increases as yet. It's coming. And yes, it is going to be a lot more expensive than it was before. I'm just going to stop actually, I'll talk about this.
Lovely boat.
Yeah, let's just wait for it to go past and then we'll carry on. That's a stunning boat, isn't it? That is gorgeous.
Yep. Proper old boat.
Wow, look at that. Hiya.
You alright?
Lovely boat. Beautiful, thank you. Thank you. Gorgeous.
Gorgeous, I like it.
Wow, that is a lovely boat. Very nice.
And
so yes, back to this question, the CRT increase. Yes, it is going to sting us quite hard, and we've actually worked out the figures. It goes up, I mean, everybody's getting the rise of 6%, and then continuous cruisers get 5% on top this year. The following year 10%, then 15, then 20, then 25. So I've worked it out that if it carries on with the 6%, going up 6%, and then with the extra on top each year, by the 5th year we will actually be paying double for our licence. We will be paying over £2,000, which is going to sting us quite hard. But I mean, living on land, everything's gone up. Everything's gone up for everybody. So I can't say it's cheaper living on a boat because you never know what's around the corner. We'd not been out of the marina, what, 2-3 months, and our inverter packed up. That was £2,000 that cost us, and we hadn't budgeted for that at all. Our Eberspatcher packed up within the first couple of months of being on the boat. That was another 850, then fitting. And everything on a boat costs more, doesn't it?
Yes, it's
as soon as you put marine in front of anything,
I feel they can move the decimal point, basically.
Yeah, that's a good one, yeah.
But you also said in your question was would it be, what was basically the question?
It was, with the increase, do you still think it's a sustainable way to live? I asked because I'm seriously thinking about moving onto a narrowboat because it's getting almost too expensive to live on land.
See, again, by all means, yeah, I mean, we never say to anyone, don't do it. I mean, we enjoy it. But again, I think in the previous question we answered would be, I would try by, I know it can work out expensive, but try and hire a boat.
Yeah.
In the summer and in the winter.
Or if you've got a friend, go and stop with a friend.
Stay with a friend, because it's not until you get on it. We know people that have got a boat and then suddenly realise that they don't like the style of living, like the narrowboat style of getting your own water, doing your toilet, you know, you've got to move every so often because you can't stop in places unless it's icy on, unless you've got a problem where you can speak to the CRT. So also with some people do move with a car. We chose not to. We chose to live the, you know, traditional boat life without a car, without, you know, just us. We walk to get shopping, or thankfully there is things like Tesco so we can actually order. But if you're going to have a car, then you have to filter in the cost of that and moving the car, and that can be, you know, we've got friends that have got cars and it works.
You know,
I mean,
it does work, but it can be hard work sometimes trying to find somewhere to moor that's near a road, somewhere to park that then you've got to walk back to your boat, then take your boat further than the car. I mean, yes, we do think it's a sustainable way of living on a boat because, you know, we're doing it. It is going to sting. It is going to sting us quite hard, the increase. And it'll be interesting to see what ours is. We don't actually renew ours till October, so chances are they may have put it up again, because they often do put it up twice in a year, don't they? So we just got to wait and see. We'll see.
We'll see.
But yeah, it's not. I don't think it is as expensive as living on land, but it depends where you live. I mean,
and whether you like the style of living, it's not necessarily just don't. What we're trying to say is don't do it just because you think the cost it's cheaper. You may get on here and then absolutely hate it.
Yeah, so, don't move onto a boat just to save money, because you could end up resenting it, resenting what you've given up. I
mean, I don't know if you still work. If you're still working, obviously, then you will take the option probably of having a car to move around.
Or living in a marina.
Or living in a marina, but in the marina you're going to have to pay the costs there.
Yes.
But you've got to remember, wherever you work, you've still got to move your boat. You can't just moor your boat up and then just say, that's it, I'm going backwards and forwards from here, unless you're in a marina. The CRT will eventually move you on.
Yeah, I mean, personally, we couldn't afford to live in a marina. We've never budgeted for a marina. We were in a marina for the first 6 months, just while we got the boat sorted. But we prefer living out on the cut anyway, don't we?
I
it's
like
a lovely
being out.
life.
Yeah, it is. So,
I mean, look.
So the question is, don't do it just for the sake for the cost. Try it first. You may love the life and you say, do you know what, I really want to do this.
Right, should we do the next one, because it's very sort of similar. Sharon W, I can't remember your surname, Sharon, I'm so sorry. Is there anything you miss about living in a house? Do you want to start?
My man cave. No. No, not really.
No. The answer to that, Sharon, is no. There's nothing we miss.
Occasionally it would be nice where you can just literally go, when we had a car, we could just, you know, you want something and you took it for granted that you could just nip in the car, go and get it.
Yeah, or you could just pop round and see, to be able to pop round and see our boys. I do miss that. That's the one thing I really miss.
Yeah, it's missing it.
Being close to family.
It's been alright, hasn't it? We still see the family.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
You adapt, don't you? So it's.
And we're lucky because we have social media, and we have all these things like FaceTime and things like that. So we can we can not only have calls or messages, we can actually see each other while we're talking. So that's
Yeah,
always good
that's
as well.
always nice.
But no, the only thing we miss is family. Isn't
Yeah.
it? I don't miss being in a house.
No,
At all.
you learn to.
I've
it's
got
like,
less housework in this.
But you
Much less.
just learn if you need something, you just put it on a list, and then if, like I say, like DIY stuff and all that bits and pieces. I know what I want in the boat. It's just it goes on the list, and then when we find a place where there's a DIY shop, hardware shop.
Oh, I miss my Elvis room. I used to have an Elvis room, and I used to have all my Elvis pictures and stuff. Don't start.
I suppose a bit like my man shed, wasn't it? Really,
Yeah,
had your
you
Elvis
loved
room.
you loved your man cave.
Yeah,
Didn't you?
yeah.
I loved his man cave because he used to disappear for hours.
Trust me, it works both ways. God, I had soundproofing in there just so I couldn't hear her.
Oh, he loves me really. Join us next week when we answer some more of your questions. We'd like to say a huge thank you to everyone who's bought us coffees this week. Rickafeller, Colleen and Les, someone who left no name, WEFEFW. Thank you so much, it really helps. And also thank you to Steve for our super thanks. If you've enjoyed this video, please give us a like and subscribe. It's totally free. Click that notification bell and YouTube will let you know when we upload our next video. Thanks then. See you next week. Bye.